Hello Red Devils, MUFC here and I'm back again with another video. So after the disappointing defeat to Sevilla, which is a game that we should have really won and we should have been in the draw. The draw is Sevilla have got Bayern Munich and Bayern Munich will destroy them. Let's be honest, Sevilla are the easiest team in the Champions League. Sevilla and Roma actually are the easiest teams. Liverpool have got Manchester City, which will be an absolutely amazing tie. Barcelona have got AS Roma. And Real Madrid have got, I can't remember what team they've got, Juventus. There you go, Real Madrid have got Juventus. But anyway, this is the predicted lineup for Manchester United against Brighton in the FA Cup. And it's a must-win game simply because it's only Brighton. They're a rubbish team in terms of, compared to Manchester United in terms of quality. However, United, we've been playing disappointing football for a long time. I mean, this season we started off very good. We played amazing football at the start of the season. We had like 4-0 victories against West Ham, Swansea, and it was just absolutely a great start to the season. And eventually and slowly the football became dire and it's absolutely rubbish now. And hopefully we must bounce back with a victory against Brighton. And this is the team I want Jose Mourinho to pick. This is not the team that I think Mourinho will pick. But this is now a predicted lineup which I think should face Brighton based on the performance against Sevilla. So anyway, obviously David De Gea in goal. You can't blame De Gea for anything because he's been our best player for arguably for 4 or 5 years now. De Gea is absolutely a beast of a goalkeeper. And, I'm not confident that De Gea will stay at Manchester United. I mean, why would you stay at a club that's not going through the Champions League? De Gea, personally, he wants to win the Champions League. He's not going to do that at Manchester United, let's be honest. It's going to be a long time before Man United do actually compete in Champions League. And therefore, I do really think that De Gea will leave Manchester United this summer. And it pains me to say, it makes me very sad because I love David De Gea. He's a brilliant keeper, has been for us for many years. I think he will leave for Real Madrid this summer. But as long as we've got him, we use him. So David De Gea in goal. Left back, Ashley Young was very poor against Sevilla. I mean, he was absolutely amazing against Liverpool and then, very poor against Sevilla. And that's the type of player Ashley Young is. One game good and he plays 5 or 6 games very terrible. And we need to get better we need to get better fullbacks. We're playing wingers as fullbacks and they're not playing as good. Valencia has been very poor recently. Ashley Young's been poor. So, we need to address these issues in the summer. We've got a left back in Luke Shaw. And whenever he has played, I think he's played absolutely brilliant. It doesn't matter, that he looks overweight, but he has played better than Ashley Young. So I would go with Luke Shaw in the left back position. Now we don't have any other right back, so I would stick with Antonio Valencia. Even though Valencia has been very poor for us recently, he doesn't offer anything attackingly and defensively. He's okay, but his positional awareness isn't that great. So I think we do need to buy a right back and a left back this summer. Centre backs, I will go with Lindelof and Bailly. I mean, Smalling was very poor. His positional play was very poor against Sevilla, and Bailly was our standout performer in that defence against Liverpool and Sevilla. So I want to grow this partnership between Bailly and Lindelof. I think they can be the great centre backs for us, but I do think we need to sell Smalling, Blind, and Jones, and buy Umtiti or Alderweireld in the summer. Umtiti or Alderweireld would be absolutely amazing, and it would be a great high quality centre backs. But in my opinion, Smalling, Jones and Blind have to be sold this summer. We need to move on. Ashley Young needs to be sold. Fellaini needs to be sold. We need to replace Valencia with a better right back, to be honest. Mensah could play that. I think Mensah is a quality player. And I think, Mensah could take that place. But anyway, Bailly and Lindelof in the centre back position. Now, centre mid, I'm not sure why Mourinho went with Fellaini. Honestly, that game was Mourinho's fault. Mourinho went with a rubbish tactics, first of all, rubbish lineup. He put Rashford on the right, dropped Matip, started Fellaini, dropped McTominay. I'm not sure what Mourinho is trying to do because he's 2 years into this club and he still doesn't know his best team, which is very shocking for me. And hopefully this summer we can address these issues by players that can slot into the 11. And we, as fans, we want to be entertained. We want to know our attacking lineup. Our lineup, what it would be. For example, Man City, they have a solid lineup every week in, week out, and you can predict almost 10 out of 11 players. You'll obviously make one change, now and then. But with Manchester United, we make so many changes so frequently that it's just very disappointing to see, and they They don't look as a team. They don't look like they know each other, and it's very, very poor. So I would stick with the team that has performed very, very well when they have played together in midfield, which is Matic, Pogba in that left centre mid position, and obviously McTominay. He's been absolutely brilliant. I'm not sure why Mourinho dropped him against Sevilla and started Fellaini. I mean, McTominay is so much better than Fellaini. Fellaini is very, very poor. He's not United quality. He doesn't know how to play football, and I think he should be sold this summer. And I'm not making him a scapegoat. There's Fellaini, Ashley Young, Chris Smalling, Blind, Jones. You know, there's so many players at this club that don't deserve to be at this club. They haven't performed. And we need to, we really need to get rid of them and replace them with, better quality players and players that can actually play football on the ground. Now, obviously, right wing, I'm going to start Juan Mata. Whenever he plays, our win percentage with him is 82%. Our win percentage without Mata is 41%. That says a lot. Our win percentage is doubled when Mata starts. So Mata has to be in this team. He's so undervalued and underrated as a player. And I'm not sure why Mourinho puts him in one game, leaves him out for the next 5, and then puts him in again. I'm not sure why he does that. Because Mata needs to be in this team. He makes Manchester United play football, which is what we need to do. I mean, he had a brilliant game against Liverpool. He was on form, on fire, and then he gets dropped the following game. I'm not sure what Mourinho is trying to do here. Now, I am obviously slating Mourinho for the choices he made against Sevilla. I do back him. I want to see him stay for one more season. If he doesn't win the league next season, or he doesn't win a good trophy next season, then we have to get rid of him, because that's 3 years that Mourinho's had at our club and he's failed to deliver. Okay, Europa League we won last season, but that's because we had to sacrifice the league, and therefore our league form was very, very poor. If we do win the FA Cup this season and finish second, it is progression, but it's not great progression, because that's the type of things you expect with Arsenal, like a top 4 finish and possibly a FA Cup. But that's not Manchester United's objectives. Our objectives are to win the league, challenge for Champions League, which we didn't do, which was very, very poor. And obviously then you can win an FA Cup or an EFL Cup on the side. But they shouldn't be the target. And I think United, I'm so sad to see this, but United fans are changing slowly, and their idea for success has dropped. For example, some are saying that they will be happy with the FA Cup and a second place. I'm not saying I wouldn't be happy, but that's not what we need as fans. We need challenging for the title, challenging for Champions League. These are the type of things that excite fans, and obviously the type of football we play, that's what excites fans. So we need to play Mata. Now, left wing, what I would do is drop Alexis Sanchez, because Alexis Sanchez so far, in any performance he's played, even against Yeovil, he was okay. He wasn't that great, to be honest, but he's not played up to anywhere near his level, and Sanchez has been very, very poor for us. In my opinion, I'd rate him 3 out of 10. He's not hit the ground running at all. He got a goal, obviously, with the rebound of the penalty, but it wasn't a great performance anyway. So Sanchez has to get dropped, and there have been rumours that Martial wants to go Juventus, and Manchester United have asked for around 65 million, which is very, very terrible news for us, because I love Martial. I mean, Martial is a great, great player, and he's that type of player that needs to be playing week in, week out. I'm not sure why Mourinho is not doing it, because when you do play with Martial, he does play very, very good. So I'm not sure why Martial gets left out. And I don't want to see Martial being sold. And if it's Mourinho's fault that Martial is sold, I mean, I know a lot of fans will already turn on him. I know it's not Martial FC, it's Manchester United FC. But, Manchester United are made with players, and players like Martial that, potentially can win Ballon d'Or in the next couple of years. It's very sad to see that Martial is being linked with a move away from the club, because I want to see him stay at Manchester United and develop. He can be absolutely key player for us. And I don't think Sanchez can be as effective as Martial can. Honestly speaking, Martial is the better player right now in the left wing position than Sanchez. And obviously, Romelu Lukaku up front. Lukaku has been absolutely amazing in the last couple of weeks. His all-round play, his drive, his passion. He's just a brilliant, brilliant player. And against Sevilla, I think he's the only player, him and Rashford, to be honest, are the only players that did something. Everyone else was poor. And Lukaku's passion for the game is absolutely brilliant. And you can see that, what it means to be a Manchester United player for Romelu Lukaku. And I really hope he continues this. But we need to start playing better football. I mean, that's the key thing. As soon as we start playing football, we start to hurt teams. and that's not a coincidence because better football equals, progression. We've not played better football, we've not progressed. We got knocked out of Champions League, we got knocked out of the EFL Cup against, which was a very disappointing display. We've got, obviously the league was over by December, which is absolutely shocking for Man United because everyone said it would be Mourinho versus Pep this season, but it's not been that. It's just been Pep versus no one. Every other club's been rubbish. Even though Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, etc. teams are below us, it's not by a lot, and finishing second it obviously means progression, but I want to see progression in terms of football and the quality of football. Look what Pep Guardiola has done. I don't think Mourinho, if he was at Man City, he would play the same football as Guardiola as Man City do right now. Guardiola's philosophy is absolutely brilliant. I love the football that Man City are playing at the moment, and Man United need to start buying quality footballers to play quality football. And hopefully we can address this in the summer with the key signings such as Milinkovic-Savic, Dybala. We need a left back, Alexandre maybe. We need a right back. We need a centre back. We need a good couple of players, to be honest, to challenge again for the league. I don't think this squad is anywhere near enough in terms of quality to challenge for the league. Pogba's been out of form. It's been such a it was a positive season, and it's turned into a very half and off season. Half fans want Mourinho gone, half fans want Mourinho to stay, and I'm not sure what's going on at the club at the moment. But we do need to win the FA Cup to salvage something from this season. Otherwise, this season, in my opinion, has been a very, very a massive disappointment compared to last season. But anyway, this is the team I would like to see play against Brighton, and we need a statement victory. We need a 3 or 4-0 victory because, in my opinion, if we lose against Brighton, Mourinho will be under severe pressure. And imagine if we lose against Brighton, we're out of the FA Cup, then we got nothing to play for in the league in terms of league position. I mean, only the league position. But imagine if United finish 4th or 3rd. Is that really good enough? Is that acceptable? I'll leave that up to you. But in my opinion, we have to win the FA Cup. But that's not really a positive season for us. It's just a cup on the side that Arsenal clubs are used to, but that's not what Man United fans are used to. We're used to challenging for league, challenging for Champions League, and that's not happened at all. And Mourinho's comments post-match didn't really help him. What he said that Man United are used to getting knocked out. I mean, what kind of comment is that to make after such a dire and terrible performance against Sevilla? And all credit to Sevilla, they came with a plan and they got what they deserved. They were the better team over the 2 legs, and they deserve to win and go through. But that's what makes me disappointed that Sevilla, they're struggling in La Liga, and they've been beaten by very, very poor teams. They have a negative goal difference, and United couldn't even score one. Well, we could score obviously Romelu Lukaku, but we couldn't beat them over 2 legs. But anyway, let me know what you think about the season. Let me know what you think about Mourinho. Let me know what you think about this team in the comments below. Let me know what you think, what transfers we need in the summer. And will we even challenge for the league for another 3 or 4 years? Let me know if you think that as well. So anyways, it's been MUFC Legion. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.